And good afternoon, everybody. Joe DeGregorio, Southwest Louisiana Weather, checking in with you. Doing a special YouTube only, but shared to Facebook video briefing today. I want to try and promote the YouTube and get the 1,000 subscribers. And 4 hours of videos total time watched, so that I can go live on YouTube. It's a much better platform to go live than Facebook. So let's get it done. At the end of the video, or even now, you can hit the thumbs up like button, hit that subscribe button, and watch all of the videos. Alright, with that said, now we're looking at local radar. And as you can see, we have a little bit of activity out there. Most of it's light. We have some heavier embedded stuff in the area here, and again, it's not a whole lot, and some of you getting a welcome respite from the heat. And I'm going to put this into motion now, and as I put it into motion, you can see from earlier it have a few thunder boomers. I have lightning detection turned off just for better clarity of the radar. And you see most of this stuff is moving west-northwest, and with that said, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and I'm going to draw your attention, although this particular radar does not see very well out in the Gulf. I want to draw your attention to a little something here. You can see what you got here. Right down here. There's a reason for that, and I'm going to point your attention to regional radar here in just a second. As soon as I stop the loop here, and I'm going to bring up Weather Studio by Paul Marvin Company, and say hello to my little friend Invest 90L, as it's been tagged by the National Hurricane Center. And I just did this video, as it was an hour-long video, and guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn my mic on, so now I'm having to redo it all over again. So, moving right along, Invest 90L. At best, it'll become a depression. That's at best. Conditions aren't conducive for it to become a hurricane, and anywhere from Corpus Christi north to Port Lavaca, probably somewhere between Seadrift, Port Lavaca, that area, Rockport, somewhere in that general vicinity, this thing comes ashore. Okay, but this is where all of the moisture is coming from, and then you have an inverted trough over here that's associated with it, and they're not stacked. So at this point in time, there's no closed circulation at the surface, and we're not stacked at the mid and upper levels. So again, this is just an invest system with the upper level low displaced from it. So now, with that said, I do have a lot of light to moderate rain on radar. Most of this is going to stay out in the Gulf. The residuals will work in and move northwest from the Gulf, and what I'll do is zoom out here, and you can see we have an area high pressure centered here over Georgia and southeastern United States, and there is some residual daytime convective. It's a weak high, so some of the convection is able to break through the cap in the atmosphere and pop off some isolated thunderstorm activity. But what I will do is we'll highlight the area here, and this is the area's data straight from NOAA. So if you go to National Hurricane Center's website, you'll see the exact same thing you're seeing here. You just can see it in better detail and better clarity here. So again, this has a low chance of becoming something. And what I touched on yesterday is a little wave out here, the southern Bahamas, along Cuba, northern coast of Cuba. That's going to shoot the straits, or the slot as we call it, the northern slot, and into the Gulf. Now once this thing gets into the Gulf, conditions become a little more conducive for development. With that said, I don't think this becomes a hurricane. Number one, conditions aren't going to be very favorable for significant strengthening. Of course, stranger things have happened, but given the amount of shear, I don't see this developing into anything major. But here's the but. You know, there's always a but coming. We're going to be on the east quadrant of this thing as it tracks to the south of us, and you know what being on the east side of a tropical system means: rain, lots of it. And we'll get to the QPF here shortly, but I want to draw your attention to something else. Invest 99L. It's moving very slowly to the west-southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds are around 22 miles per hour. And you see the model tracks here. So it's definitely coming into the Caribbean, and from there, again, we have the Bermuda High out in the Atlantic, and we have that area of high pressure centered over the southeastern United States. And there could be a weakness between the two that allows it to scoot more northwest, but I don't see that happening. I think this thing stays in the Caribbean, and then from there probably into the Gulf. Right now I don't see anything too disturbing on the long range models. However, given this thing is so far out there, we've still got about 7 to 10 days now before we start to really need to pay attention. Right now, you just know that it's there, know that it's coming in our general direction. But until we get towards the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, when this thing actually crosses the Windward Leeward Islands and gets into the Caribbean, that's when we start to really need to be keeping eyes on this thing. I'm not going to say anything as far as what some models are saying and what some aren't saying. Right now, all I'm saying is just bear in mind that this thing is out there in the Atlantic, and it's heading in our general direction. And as you can see now with the satellite imagery, it's not very well defined at all. It's just an area of cloudiness, area of low pressure, and it has the potential for development. But what I will point your attention to is 1, 2. Very strong waves getting ready to come off the coast of Africa. Given their proximity, if these things continue southwest and then along the ITCZ, we're going to be looking at those as well. But if they stay north of the ITCZ, on the northern peripheries of it, and they do develop, more than likely they're going to become fish storms, as we call them, storms that stay out in the open waters of the Atlantic. But as you can see, the tropics on our side of the world are starting to heat up and become active, so they're stirring, and that's something we really need to keep an eye on. If you don't have your plan together, you need to get it together. It's that time of the year. So we've been fortunate. We've had some downtime. We're starting to get in. We're not very far away from the meat of hurricane season, people. And this is where everything comes into play each year, as far as knowledge, preparing, action, survival. For the short term, I'm really not gonna worry too much about anything out there way out in the Atlantic. I just want you to be aware of what's out there, and for now, you know, we're gonna have some welcome relief from the heat with this daily convection, daily shower and thunderstorm activity. And I'm going to turn radar off now, and let's get into the 5-day QPF. And as you can see, not a whole lot of rain along and north of the I-10 and I-49 corridor, even south of that. 5-day QPF showing all of the big moisture staying well offshore. So, as not to say, you know, that this is broad amounts, okay? Localized heavier amounts are certainly possible, but this is basically a 1/4 inch to 3/4 of an inch, basically south of the I-10 and I-12 corridors, and then a little bit better chances up through Leesville, DeRidder, Kinder, for southwest Louisiana and Acadiana. So, you know, some of us are going to see our daily showers and get that respite from the heat. South Louisiana was getting pummeled just a couple weeks ago, if you remember. Anything for southeast Louisiana at this point, you know, they don't need it. They still need to dry out a bit, but here in southwest Louisiana, we do need the rain. So again, it's not a whole lot to worry about for the next 5 days as far as future rainfall amounts go. You know, we could see some of these thunderstorms once we get to where they're slow moving. You know, they may dump a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain in a short amount of time, and with these tropical systems like this, they're going to be moving at a fairly good clip. And although they may dump you know, that deep tropical rain, they're not going to be in any one spot for very long, so you're not going to get any large amounts of rainfall stacking up because of those. So Again, we're looking good on a QPF. That's quantitative precipitation forecast, is what it's officially called. Call it the QPF for short. Quebec Papa Foxtrot, if you want to call it in the phonetic alphabet like we used in the military. So again, there's not a whole lot, rainfall for the next 5 days on tap, although a lot of us will see some rain, some of us won't. Cloudy conditions. If you're hoping to see the comet tonight, again, Mother Nature's not going to cooperate. It hasn't cooperated for us from the get-go. So I've seen the pictures of it from other areas of the United States, and I am extremely jealous because my Nikon, I can get, and the lens I have for it right now, I can pop some really good pictures of it if I get the opportunity. But Mother Nature just basically is trolling me once again and denying me. So one of these days I'm going to divorce Mother Nature and I'm going to head north again. And of course I won't be able to see this comet in my lifetime again once it's gone. So that's my luck, unfortunately. But again, not too overly concerned. We don't have anything as far as organized severe weather. Not expecting any for the next 7 days. However, that could change at any given time, and if the SPC decides to hatch us in any kind of severe risk, as always, I'll have that information up and posted. But for right now, you just got these quick moving showers and thunderstorms associated with our tropical system down there in the Gulf. Invest 90L or 90 Lima. 99L was already tagged way out there in the tropical Atlantic before 90L. So, and a little bit of education on these invest classifications. They start at 90 and go to 99, and then they start over again. So once you get to 99, then the next invest system becomes 90L or Lima. And it's typically AL for Atlantic, but it is shortened to L for clarification, just for shorthand. So a little bit of information there about how they classify these invest systems and number them as but right now, not a whole lot to worry about. Enjoy the brief respite from the heat. I'm going to post another video later tonight. And it's going to be classroom instruction on a hypothetical scenario to when we take a major strike from a major category, high-end category 4, category 5 hurricane. Subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you're subscribed, and so you get the notifications. I need to get 1,000 subscribers and 4 hours of total video time watched by all of you, so that I'm able to go live on YouTube. That's one of their stipulations, so that I can go live. It's a much better platform to go live than Facebook Live. I loathe Facebook. There's no secret that I hate Zuckerberg and how they censor a lot of things, And YouTube is a lot more stable on live streaming, and so let's get that done, people. Share the video from YouTube, hit that thumbs up, like button, and subscribe. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, and watch the videos. You can watch it from your laptop or computer and open up another browser window and navigate and play on Facebook while that video is playing. Turn the sound down, just get that time of video time up to 4 hours. Once that criteria is met, then I can start going live. And I want to be able to do YouTube live instead of Facebook. We need to start getting away from Facebook. It's as simple as that. I loathe Facebook. That's no secret. So, most of you know I've been zucked for 30 days until August the 10th. But I have roundabout means able to post to the weather page, and that's classified information. So, we'll leave it at that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I want you to watch the video, hurricane instructional video that I'm going to post up tonight. This information you need to know. You're not going to see that information from TV meteorologists or the National Weather Service. They're not going to take the time to do it simply because they don't have the time. And they won't do it because they don't want you to feel scared. Their bosses and powers that be don't want you to be scared of a Category 5 hurricane. Folks, you need to be scared. But the key to that is taking that fear and turning it into action. And you can only take action if you know what to do when we get hit by one. It's not a matter of if, it's when. I've had this discussion with a friend of mine, a meteorologist at a local TV station in Baton Rouge. We had that conversation. We both know it's coming. Whether this is the year or not, we don't know. But when it comes, you need to be prepared. So, again, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share, and watch the videos. And when you get the notifications, go watch. We need to be able to go live on YouTube. Simple as that. Period. End of philosophy. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and we'll talk to you again later this evening on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again later.